sin spends all of their life in a perpetual winning streak. And somebody is looking at me right now, and I'm already talking to you, because you know what it's like to experience a losing streak. You're wondering when God is going to come through, but the losing streak continues. And if you're not careful, that losing streak will sour your spirit. It will handcuff your hopes. That losing streak will freeze your faith and cause you to believe that what is going to always be. And if you're not careful, you'll end up what? Too sick to dream, losing too much to believe that something better can.
Cowboys ain't even been to the semi-championship, whatever that's called, NFC championship, whatever it's called. In 23 years, and since I was 7 years freaking old, I was like, damn.
Take place, too frustrated to have faith in a better future, too heartbroken and hurting to have hope in what God can do in spite of what has not been done. And who am I talking to? Who wants to be honest enough to say, y'all can do the vision board all you want to, but I know how much disappointment I've been through. I know how many times life has let me down, and this losing streak has caused me to conclude that what has been is what is, and what is going to always be. It happened, my sisters and brothers, to young John Washington Davis. He's a graduate of Morehouse College. He played football at Morehouse and went to the NFL and played for the then St. Louis Rams. And it was while playing for the Rams that John Washington, watch this, was injured. His Achilles was torn, and just when his Achilles was torn, the pain was so severe. He's taken to the hospital. His parents tried to comfort him, but he says, I'm in too much pain. I'm too injured to believe that things are going to get better. And here's what he said, I will never play football again. I'll stop right there, because my sisters and brothers, it happens. You can get injured in life, and some of us have been so injured that we've concluded, I will never dream again. I'm too sick to have a vision. I've had too much of a losing streak to believe I can ever be a winner again. If that is you, I want y'all to come talk to Abram, because the Bible lets us know that Abram had received a promise from God. Go back to the end of chapter 11, the beginning of chapter 12, and the Bible lets us know that God had called him out of Ur of Chaldees and his family to leave Ur and go on a journey of faith to a city that had been promised by Almighty God. And then God in chapter 12 says, and Abram, I'm going to make you the father of a great nation. That's back in chapter 12, but now it's chapter 15, and between chapter 12 and chapter 15, Abram has gone down to Egypt in a famine because the economic crisis caused him to leave what had been promised and go to where there was prosperity. And there in Egypt, he got caught lying about his wife Sarah and saying that she was his sister and not his woman, and the lie created a big disturbance in Egypt. I ain't done it. He fell out with his cousin Lot, and that family drama caused their relationship to go in separate ways, and then Lot got in trouble. And when Lot got in trouble, Abram had to gather a military force of men to rescue Lot. All of this has gone on in between chapter 12 and chapter 15, and God's promise still has not come to pass. Walter Brueggemann sagaciously says for Abram, he felt and concluded that this had been a false alarm. I stop right there, because sometimes it feels like God is playing tricks with us, don't it? Sometimes it feels like this is just a false alarm. It's not a real promise. It's not God really speaking. It's just a false alarm. Well, since y'all playing holy like you ain't been there, let me go ahead and keep it real. There have been times in my walk of faith I thought I heard from God, and then nothing happened in the aftermath to confirm what I thought I heard God saying, and I had to conclude, no, that wasn't God. It was just a false alarm. And if you have too many false alarms, you will reach a point where you are too wounded to believe that something can get better, and you'll develop a sour spirit. And some of y'all playing holy, but you know people, it ain't you, but the person sitting next to you, and they are downright negative. You hate to ask them how they doing, because you know you're going through a litany of laments. You're going to hear all about how hard life is, how bad life is. I'm climbing up the rough side of the mountain. You better be glad it's rough, because if it's smooth, you're going to slide back down. It's the rough stuff that you climb on. You better preach for the Haynes. I already am. And watch this, my sisters and brothers. Abram has had what appears to be a false alarm. And now watch it. He's too sick to dream. He's too wounded to have a vision. How do I know? Because when God speaks to Abram, Abram has the nerve to go back and forth with God. If you read chapter 12 and chapter 11, when God first spoke to Abram, Abram said, okay, but now in chapter 15, Abram says, I done had all these chapters with you, and ain't nothing happened. And all I'm saying right now, God, is evidently I'm going to have to give my inheritance to Eliezer, my servant. And God said, no, Abe, it ain't going to go down like that. What I need you to do is have faith in what you don't see, because that's what faith is. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things that you don't see. Y'all miss your shout right there, because when you walk by faith, God gives you a vision to see beyond what you see, so that what you see doesn't have the last word. It's what you don't see that you see that is be over and better than what you can see. I didn't say that right. Let me say it one more time. I'm just trying to say faith helps you to see beyond what you see. Now, what you see looks real painful. What you see is problematic. What you see has broken your heart. What you see has disappointed you. But faith says, look over what you see to what you can't see, because it's what you can't see that's going to overrule what you do see. Now, I gotta stop here and be real. We know Abraham, watch this, as the father of the faith. Abraham says to all of us, anybody that has shown up faith had to come to that place of faith after going through some stuff. They had to fight for that faith.